So hello and welcome back. Now today we're testing out Auto Glym's Polar range. Okay, so I normally polish the car traditionally and all that, but I thought I'd give it a go on the Polar range. You know, I tried it already once on the truck and I haven't recorded it. I just tested it out one time after work, but we're actually going to do the Jag in it because I was quite impressed with the results. So stay tuned and I'll show you what it's like. So this is what we've got. We've got the Auto Glym Polar Blaster. Alright, this is pretty cool to be fair. So it does tell you how to mix it. The only thing I found not that great, I wish this was see-through and it had sort of like measurements on here. Saves you having to measure it out in a jug. First off, we've got the Polar Blast snowfoam. Right, now some people say there is better ones out there, some people said this, you know, not as good, but I don't know. I've always had Auto Glym and I always find they're quite good. You know, and then we've got the Polar Seal, which we put on last. So it's a 3-part thing. I mean, from my experience of trying it on my truck, after you've done this, you know, this sort of thing you do once every now and again. If you did it all the time, it drives you crazy. It takes ages. So we're going to do the Jag. So the level of filth on the Jag, it's been in the garage, so I don't know if you can see that. Right. So it's only dusty, really. The wheels are a bit mucky. Look at that. Yeah. It's not really what I'd call caked in dirt. I've parked it in the shade as well because you can't let the direct sunlight hit it. You've got to keep the panel work cold to do this. So we're going to try it out on the Jaguar. So let me just get all the gear going, and I'll be back in a moment. So we're all ready to go. We've got the Karcher. Now the Auto Glym gun thing fits straight in there, so that's pretty good. So yeah. I'm quite excited to do the Jag. Like I say, it's not bad at all, but it is very dusty, you know. So the first one we're going to do is the snow foam. Okay. So now there's one thing I will say it's not very good about this. I find if you have a big car like my truck, which is I'd say bigger than the Jag to be honest, you seem to use, this is the one you seem to use most of because of the parts how you mix it on the back. So it's one of one. Well, if you've got a big car, I find you need a lot of that. So you don't sort of use the same amount. So when you buy this as a set, but you've got to then start buying it individually after. I mean, there's plenty in there. Yeah, there's loads in there. That one you hardly use any. But this one here, you seem to use a lot of that. So, yeah, let me get it made. So, first off, we're going to do the Polar Blast, which is the snow foam, which is 5 parts of water. So, I suppose if you use like sort of 500 ml of water, you need 100 ml of the stuff. But now, the problem with this is I find it depends on how big your car, depending on how much of this you need. I can't really tell you. I'm sort of guessing this myself. So, yeah, let me mix it up in the bottle. Make sure it's clean inside, obviously. I've just checked it. It doesn't look very clean, but it is. This is just dried stuff. So, yeah, let me mix a bit up. So, that's all in there now. So, we're going to put it in the Karcher. So, bear with me. So, this is the snow foam coat. So, you can see, look, when you use it on the Karcher, look. It's good, yeah? So, unfortunately, there's not a lot of room here because I'm trying to do it in the shade, so bear with me. Ready? Oh, hang on, it's not going well, is it? Oh, there we go. Oh, you got just the end. Bear with me. No, that's not it. Oh, there we go. So you can see the layers of polish on my car, how it's beading off already. So now we have to leave it about 5-10 minutes. Just let it soak in. You can see it's beading off the car because there's so much polish on this Jag. I've just got to be a bit careful here because it's starting to go into the sunlight now. We don't want it to dry on or anything, do we? So, yeah, we probably won't leave it on the full 10 minutes. So, yeah. So now all I've got to do is wash it off. So you can see the water's already beading off already. So now we're going to use the Polar Wash. So this is, I can't remember what the ratio is, bear with me. 1:1. So we're not going to make a lot of this, to be honest, because it doesn't really want that much washing. It just wants to wipe over with a sponge. So we're going to make a little bit. So this is basically like another snow foam, but this snow foam, you can wash it with a sponge. Where the previous one, you just got to let it sit. So, yeah, let's get going. So that's after the Polar Wash. It's pretty good, isn't it? Look at the beading. So the next one is the sealer we put on. Let's have a quick walk around. See, look, it's beading off. But this car, I do polish. It's, you know, it's got a lot of layers of polish on it, to be honest. The only thing I might do is I might just pull it forward in a minute because I don't want, because the sun's coming around the house. I don't want it to, you know, dry on the boot lid too quick. In fact, let's do that now. So now we're going to use the Polar Seal. So with this one, it is 40mm to 200mm. So let's make it up. By the way, I have to say, all this stuff smells quite nice. Makes your car smell like sweets when you've done it. So basically, now the car's wet, we just spray this on the top and then wash it off and leather it off and it's done. So let's get it on. So literally now, we just rinse it off. Look at the beading. Yeah. So we just got to rinse it off and then leather it. But look at the beading on that. Fantastic. So as you can see, look at the beading. Look at that, it's really good. So next thing is chamois leather it. I'm going to do the back first because it's in the sunlight and I don't want it to bake little circles on. Because the problem with this, we have hard water around here and it leaves white spots all over your car. And on a black car, you nearly have to polish it to get it off. So let me get that done. So it's got a good shine on it. Look at that. Yeah. Oh, a bit of mist. Okay. So you can see my reflection, which you could do anyway in the beginning. So, what do I think of snow foam? Well, personally, oh hang on, this time of year, I think it's a complete waste of time. If you want my honest opinion, and that reason is, right, I'll tell you why. When you're snow foaming, like now, it's about, what's the time? It's 11:30 in the morning, in the height of summer. So at the moment, it's probably like 25 degrees. It just dries on that quick. If you had a small car, it'd probably be right, but because it's a big car, it dries that quick. You can't leather it off fast enough. Well, I can't anyway. Also, the other thing, I find that the glass goes a bit smeary with this stuff. I did on my truck when I tried it on there. You really have to go around and glass polish it after. Another thing, it's one hell of a lot of faffing about. Let me show you. This is the thing, it's not a quick thing to do. Look at all the gear I've got. And now you've got to wind all that in, put it all back. Yeah. So, I'd say it's a lot of faffing about to do this. This stuff doesn't last that long. This will disappear within the next hour or so. But yeah. But what I would say is, in winter, when it's sort of like, if you're like me, you know, this car's always polished and shiny. It's just, it's always polished up, so it's got a nice shine. But, you know what it's like in winter. You go out, it gets caked in muck. Yeah, if you're using it every day anyway. So, where I think the snow foam's good, in the middle of winter. So you know when it's all snowing outside, there's sleet, there's muck on the road, it's all, your car goes brown. After a week, say you're using it every day and it goes brown all up the side and it's horrible. The snow foam's brilliant, and that sealer stuff is good because now next time it rains, the water will bead off like it's polished. So you know what it's like in winter, it's too damp. You know, you get sometimes a nice day, but it's still too cold or too damp to polish it. You do it in the snow foam, and you'll put that sealer stuff on, and it'll give you the polished look. Yeah, so I think it's good in winter. I think this time of year it's a complete pointless operation, to be honest. But I think in winter, yes, I think it is the best stuff you can use. Because it's just, when you get that weather and you can't polish it, it's all damp and it's minging outside, and you just want to wash your car, perfect, because it'll give it a really good shine, and it'll help keep the salt. We have a lot of salt on the road here in the UK, some winters, so it'll help just keep the salt off. So like I say, the ending of this video is a bit rare. You'll see what I mean in a minute. I couldn't resist, you know, but yeah, so I would rate the stuff good in winter, but I think in the summer it's one of those things. I think realistically you do it, you do this car in this stuff sort of in the spring once, and then you do it again in the autumn once, maybe in the middle of winter if it's really bad. I don't really see why you do it I know somebody who does it every week, and I don't see the point, to be honest. I think if you do it over a week, it's a bit overkill, and I'll be honest with you, the stuff's not cheap either. I mean, the problem with it is as well, you don't really know how much to make, because I mean, you've got a bigger car, you've got more area to cover. Well, you know, they give you an idea of what to use, but I mean, the idea seems a bit off with everything I've been having to go with. I don't know if it's just me, the operator, or, you know, it's actually a bit off. But like I say, it's a bit awkward of knowing how much you need to do the job. So, you know, an odd time you do waste a little bit, and then another time you haven't got enough. So it's a bit naff like that. I mean, you can buy it all separately as well, but like I say, if you did it every week, I think it'd be very expensive. Very expensive procedure. Now, I've never tried snow foam before. I've only ever used the Auto Glym one. And like I say, I would give it an 8 out of 10. I'd give it an 8 because it does do a good job. The only thing that puts me off it is, you know, it's expensive. Yeah, which all Auto Glym's pretty dear. But this you can use this quick. You know, you wash like 3 cars with it, it's all gone. You know, it's that sort of thing. So it's expensive, and I don't know. There's a lot of work involved with it. You know, the time you've done all this work, you know, you can nearly polish it yourself by hand. It's that one of those. Plus, you've got to really do it in the evening or early in the morning in this time of year because it's just too hot. But in my opinion, I wouldn't even bother. I'm not going to do it again in the summer. I might do it in the middle of winter, but I'm not doing it now again. So yeah, so that's it. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you all very soon with a new video.